Bull, I was surprised to find out that the Guardians have the best home record in baseball this year. I knew they'd been good. I didn't realize they had been that good at Progressive Field this season. Yeah, they have the best home record in baseball with a 37-20 record. Phillies and Dodgers tied for second, and then two other AL Central teams, the Twins and the Royals, had the fourth and fifth best home records in all of baseball this season. When you look at the long-term picture, the big picture outlook for the Guardians, they've been so good at Progressive Field. Do they need home field advantage throughout the playoffs in order to reach the World Series Bowl, or do you think they can still do it if they don't get that number one seed and have to play on the road?
I think they could do it either way, just because of the nature of baseball and the unpredictability of it. It's not like football where it's so much harder to win on the road. Now, the Guardians do have a far better record at home than they do on the road. I think most importantly, the most important thing about home field advantage for the Guardians is if they play the Yankees. Because I don't want to play nobody. And I know they've lost. I get it. I don't want to play a deciding series game in the Bronx. You don't want that. The Yankees have a big advantage there. And there's something to be, I don't care what any player says, and I don't care what any fan says. There is an intimidation factor about Yankee Stadium and the pinstripes and being there, and I don't want a game-deciding game there. So if you're going to play the Yankees, could they get to the World Series if they're not the one seed? Sure. But I like their chances better if they're the one seed.
Man, they need that one seed. They need that. Why you think I've been preaching that all year?
You want to be not just the one seed, you want to have the best record in all of baseball, because right now you're like this with the Phillies and the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
If you play the Phillies with the Dodgers in the World Series, you want to have a better record so you can have home field against them too.
I don't go to Philly either.
But Yankees more than anything else. But no, I'm not dying to go to Philly either.
I'm not really dying to go to Seattle or Houston either. I don't like that.
They don't have the advantages that the Yankees do or the Phillies. The crowds aren't as crazy.
Here's why I say that, Bull. The Guardians got a lot of first-time, rookie, never-been-theirs. Like, if your top two pitchers is only been in the league a year and some change, that's tough to go in on the road in a game 7. And those two pitchers will be pitching. One of those guys will be pitching in a game 7.
Well, think about this. Bibby's obviously never played in the playoffs.
Ever.
Gavin Williams has never played in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure Ben Lively's never been in the playoffs. I believe the last time Alex Cobb was in the playoffs was the wild card game against the Indians in 2012. Whew. I think that's the last time.
That's 30 years ago.
I'm trying to think about Matthew Boyd. I don't think I can't think if he's been in the playoffs. It hasn't been for a while if he has.
In the playoffs.
Matthew Boyd, I'll look it up.
Yeah, see if he's played in the playoffs. It's maybe a while ago, but not recently.
You can count on. I feel you can count on Quan, Naylor, and Ramirez. The rest of them is question marks.
Like in the playoffs?
Yep.
That's fair.
Marks.
Most of the rest of those guys haven't played in the playoffs.
I don't know what I'm going to get you. And on the road?
When?
2022.
Oh, was that recent? Where was he in 22?
Seattle.
Oh, I
One
forgot.
game, he faced 3 batters. All 3 got on base.
Is that the only time he's ever been in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, he did not get an out.
Okay. So he made one appearance in the playoffs. I forgot he was on Seattle in 2020.
Man, it's like the crowd factor in the NCAA football. Man, you're trying to make an audible. It's a big question mark.
Right, and
the screen shaking. I'm like, bro, they up there bad day, can't pick no pitches out. It's a slider or fast. People up there strike, and they start squeezing you. In the playoffs, I remember, this is facts, I remember playing the Braves in 95.
Oh, wow. That strike zone.
These boys, it was name recognition. Glavine was getting every corner. Maddox was getting Smoltz was getting. I'm like, when did the strike zone be way out there? Like, certain level pitchers is getting certain joints. If you got 2 rookies coming up there throwing a baseball, they gonna make them throw the ball over the plate. They gonna have the benefit of the doubt in the Bronx. They gonna have the benefit of the doubt in LA. I don't like away games. I don't play away games even in real life, Earl.
He said I don't play.
By the way,
in real life, I ain't go there. I don't even come to my city. No.
The Guardians are 9th in home runs at home. They're tied for 17th in home runs on the road. So they're top third of the league in home runs at home. On the road, they're middle of the pack.
We got that little breeze alley out there that the ball been moving out this way. Listen,
right.
It's pop flies that look like that would have been outs 4 or 5 years ago that are going out of the ballpark. I seen Quan hit a ball, and I'm like, this is a can of corn.
I heard, I heard the contractors that's doing phase 2 of Progressive Field stay in your area. Go ahead and block them in, man. We don't need them going down there doing anything else.
Don't mess with that jet stream.
Don't mess with nothing out there. But I think if we get the number 1 seed, I think we're locked to get to the World Series.
Wow.
I think so. Maybe, but I'm a hometown bias guy. I just feel like our home field advantage, our crowds, like when we show up and we show out. And I go back to that Grand Slam Frankie hit against like the Yankees at said time. I guess that was the loudest decimal meter ever recorded inside of a baseball stadium in history. We can pump up the volume, and I just think like when you got all these young guys with little to no playoff experience, you want to be able to feed off your home crowd as much as you possibly can.
By the way, this is just another marketing tool for the Guardians. Feel free to use this. One of the big home field advantages was the drum beat out in I believe left field, and we've been missing that. We ain't heard that. Bring that back for the playoffs.
Well, obviously the guy whose name is escaping me, I feel terrible. John Adams, thank you. I can't believe I forgot that. He passed away.
Here's the way you put a section up there.
Yeah,
and it's Adams section. You bring all the high school bands from the area, and they play the beat in their high school uniforms.
I like that.
Drum beat and all, and then we want to bring in between innings, we want them playing cadences. We want the drum line up there. We want to turn this thing into Latin America. I know you can't bring no torches. You can't bring no flare guns. I want the flares, but I get it. Homeland Security.
No, we ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that. But you get the John Adams section. Every high school band. You know how many high school bands it is?
Get Shaw High School band out there.
Get your band. Boom, boom.
Hey,
listen.
shout out to Warrensville High School, man, who band out here just showing up.
I'm telling
they
you,
should do that. A John Adams section and just have everybody with the bass drums.
Everybody. That's what you need to be doing. And look, you can steal the idea. Come on now. Yeah. But you need something like that, because I remember how intimidating that was back in the day when they used to be playing them drums. And Albert Bell and them was up. That was guaranteed home run.
Well, I'm not going to go with Earl being a lock if they're at home. I certainly have liked their chances now for a while. They're back on track here. Hopefully they'll continue it and sweep the series tonight. We'll see Alex Cobb make his second start, and then a tough road trip, which I'm looking forward to, against Milwaukee and the Yankees. So that'll be a lot of fun.
2 things.
Yeah.
We're going to the World Series. 2. Bleep the Yankees.
Ooh. Bleep the Yankees.
It always works, man. It always works.
By the way, Aaron and I were watching the game the other day, and he says to me, and I want you guys to answer this question.